for you, NSU head football coach Tom Dosh is here.
Thank you very much. I probably don't need one of these, but I'll use it anyway. I walked in and they were playing the national anthem, so I knew it felt like it was almost game time, so I felt pretty good about that. I thought my timing was pretty good, but Boyd asked me earlier in the week to come and say a few words, and I'm glad he didn't ask me to sing, because none of you would want to hear that. So I'm excited for the band, for everyone to have this opportunity. And I've been here for 3 years now. I've been able to see firsthand every week, or every home game for sure, but certainly you really realize how great our band is when you go on the road, because there's nobody that's even close, that comes even close to what we get at our home games. And it's something that we hear a lot of when we have recruits on campus. And I guess one of the ultimate compliments that you guys got at one of our games this year was I was out before the game, and as usual, they're out early. They're out there before we're out there warming up. And one of the coaches from the other team came up to me and said, "Geez, your band is really amazing. And I like the way your band director is getting after them, too. He's really coaching them up." So as a fellow coach, you really like that. But there's no question it's a 12th man for us when we play at Swisher Field, having you guys there for us. It's really an amazing thing. The laps you guys run at the end of the third quarter to getting our fans into it all the time with the music between plays. And then, of course, my favorite thing, after the national anthem, my next favorite song is a school song, which we just heard, because that means we won, and or we scored a touchdown. And one of the neat traditions that we've got is our players get in at the end of the game. If you haven't seen our players, we'll turn around and get with our band and sing the school song, which has really become a neat tradition, really a lot of fun. Now, the one thing that helps is when you're able to win a few more games, which we've been able to do the last couple of years, you get to be better at singing the school song. I've told her, we really stunk at it our first year. Nobody knew the words, we were stammering around. We're getting better at it. We're still not where we want to be yet, but we're getting better at it, especially at home, of knowing the words and doing a great job. But certainly, I said it before, and I said it to Boyd, and on the commercial I did this week, is it's the best band in the land. And there's certainly, we don't come across one that even compares when we're on the road to how good you guys are. And it's a great atmosphere for our players at home, and it's really a great thing to get our student body and our fans involved. So that being said, I'm going to get you back to the concert. I'm going to leave with my two favorite words: Go Wolves! Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the saying goes that it takes a village to raise a child. It takes an entire city to do something special like is going to happen with this band sending them to D.C. And to that effect, we'd like to introduce Mayor Mike Leifson.
So we can get back to that. Thank you all for coming out on this cold winter night. There's no bigger fan of Northern football or the Northern Pep Band than me. I've been in Aberdeen for 45 years. That's over 200 home games. I've missed 2. And I'm still mad about missing those 2. Coach Josh really understated it when he talked about the scene at the end of the Northern games this year. If you haven't been there, you have to go this year and watch this. It shows you everything that's good about having Northern and Aberdeen in the Aberdeen area there. And everything that we believe that a college is good for our young people. The game gets over, we win the game. And in the past, when the guys would be out shaking hands with the other team and milling around and maybe talking to their parents and waiting to head to the locker room, they can't wait to get done shaking hands. They rush over to the fence, squeeze against the fence, and wait for the band to fire up the fight song. It's as inspirational a thing as you'll ever see if you have any interest in young people at all, and if you have an interest in what Northern State University means to Aberdeen. Well, I've been here a long time, and the older you get, the more things make reference to things in your past. In 1964, I was a sophomore at Dolan High School. Lyndon Johnson was elected president. His vice president, Hubert H. Humphrey, grew up in Dolan and was a graduate from there. And he thought the best thing I can do to honor my hometown is invite the marching band. And so the Dolan marching band got on the bus and went out for Hubert Humphrey's inauguration. And it was a historic time because 6 months later, Hubert Humphrey helped Lyndon Johnson pass the Civil Rights Act of 1964. And a year later, the Voting Rights Act. And how things connect, you would have had to be there and be my age now at that time to know how astounding it would have been to all of those people in that band from Dolan in '64 to think that even 48 years later, we would for the second time be inaugurating Barack Obama as President of the United States. Not only winning the election the second time, but with 5 million votes to spare. And we in Dolan like to think we have a little connection with that, with our happy warrior, Hubert Humphrey, who helped pass that legislation to make that happen. So it'll be an historic event for you, and we'll be glad to have you there representing us for a couple of reasons. First is that we're always glad anything Northern does because it is so representative of all of northeastern South Dakota. The second is that we're going to be sure you do a good job. We know the work that you put in to be as good as you are. We know what Dr. Perkins and his staff demands that you do to put that work in, and they won't settle for anything less. And we know the support of the administration that makes it possible. So when you go and you make that trip, think a little bit about those little kids from Dolan 50 years ago and the span of history between then and now and what it means for the history you're seeing now. And we will know, back here in Aberdeen, that you'll be as good or better than any other band in that parade. And again, I would ask all of you here to not only watch them in that parade with pride, but I want to see each and every one of you there next year at the end of one of those Northern football games when those 100 football players crowd up against the fence to get as close as they can to their band and they sing that fight song. It'll inspire you for weeks on end. Thanks for being here. It's great. Let's get back to the music.
Do we have the highlights? Where are the highlights? Are they hiding? Here they come!
Everybody get up, it's time to slam now. We got the real jam going down. Welcome to the Space Jam. It's your chance to dance at the Space Jam. Alright.
Come on and slam, and welcome to the jam. Come on and slam, you wanna jam. Many people in the house, let's go. It's your boy JC. So, back that thing and watch me play. Behind my back, you know what's next. Jam, all in your face, what's up? Just feel the bass, drop it, lock it down the road. Shake it quick and space the moon, just like that.
this trip without the wonderful support of the administration here at Northern State, and we'd like to introduce Dr. Tom Hawley to say a few words to you. He's the vice president at the university, and we're really glad to have him here. The president wouldn't be here, as I'm sure he'll tell you, but he's in India right now. It's hard to commute.
Thank you, Terry. Welcome, everyone. It's great to have you all here. And on behalf of President Smith, who is traveling in India and couldn't join us tonight, and on behalf of the entire NSU community, thank you for turning out on a very cold and snowy evening. And before we go any further, we need to talk about sending these people off. So if you haven't already donated to their cause, if you just contact Mike Bockerney at the Foundation's office, and he'd be more than happy to accept your contributions. And for those of you that have already donated, we really appreciate this. And then also, I would just like to congratulate the NSU Marching Band under the direction of Dr. Boyd Perkins, Jessica Perkins, and Terry Beckler for the incredible work that they have been doing, along with the Northern Highlights and Tammy Griffith and her excellent work. We are so proud of them. In fact, this is just an amazing feat. When you look at what this band has been able to accomplish over the years under their leadership, it is truly amazing. Can we give them a hand, please? We're so very proud of them, and in fact, it's going to be exciting to have them march through the inaugural parade and to really showcase them in front of the entire nation, to really see what our musicians here at Northern are all about. Our faculty and our students in the music department are amazing. So again, thank you so very, very much for turning out on a very cold and wintry night. And band, thank you so very much for always making NSU a very proud institution. Go Wolves!
All right, everyone, how about those Wolves? What an exciting concert to have in here. It is real fun to put together an indoor concert. The excitement's different. It's fun to bring it to an indoor venue and play for a crowd on a very cold night. So we're very thankful that you guys made it out tonight. And I know the band appreciates you being here very, very much. Extremely proud of this band. This afternoon, in fact, I was reviewing a lot of our fall videos, especially the one from Gypsy Day. I sent it to Fox Mundo Television, which is the Spanish national television. They're looking for information about the band because they'll be broadcasting the parade. They wanted some videos, so I sent them the halftime performance from Gypsy Day. And my gosh, I was watching that, and now that I'm removed from it, not always so critical of it, which is my job, but it's, wow, they really performed. I see why we got in. We found out about this parade on December 18th. Those of you that can count beyond the number 34 know that that's basically 1 month ahead of the parade. That is basically 3 weeks late on the notifications. They had so many applications this time, it crashed the computer system. So what happened is we applied for this thing right after the election. We knew ahead of the election we were going to apply. You don't apply based on the president. You know you're going to apply. Each president has their own committee then, who immediately after the election will take over. If Barack Obama was elected, they had their crew. If, what was his name? Mitt Romney. I already forgot. If Mitt Romney would have won, they had their crew in place. Well, as it turns out, this is who came in. They had applications, and so many went in that actually crashed the computer. And then we had to resubmit everything. And even then, we weren't sure it went through. And by golly, here it was, December 3rd. I sent an email out to folks. We had cleared this with administration, told them we were applying, and I said, well, it's now December 3rd, and I'm resubmitting. I don't have a lot of hope here. So I'd kind of just given up on it. And Dr. Beckler, our announcer, who you have met before, he and I were in Chicago at the Midwest Clinic conference. And we were setting up our booth on the display floor, and lo and behold, my phone rings. It's December 18th. School's closed, students are home. Everybody's packing up, going to get home for the holidays, including employees. And lo and behold, here it is. Congratulations, Dr. Perkins. We would like you to come march in the presidential inaugural parade. I'm like, oh my goodness. All right.